Alright guys, I know the POTUS Manus Club was expecting some new members with all the dragons and beast hunters, but I'm afraid nobody knew if the ailment showed up. There are new Beast Wars toys showing up once or twice a year, and we are holding out hopes that someone with a butt for a hand will eventually... hold on. Yes, come in. Oh, hello there. I think you're in the right place. So it only took 4 movies for them to figure out Dinobots on the big screen are the best idea ever. So as long as Age of Extinction was dinosaur focused, they decided to make some new Dinobots outside of the G1 club, starting with today's offering, Scorn. Which, by the way, awesome name. Before you is a spinosaurus, the largest of the carnivorous dinosaurs. So naturally it's a deluxe size. Could be worse though. The first Spinosaurus in Transformers was Scout Class. This goes against everything Jurassic Park taught me. But on his own merits, Scorn is awesome in this mode. It's like a dinosaur made of shrapnel and hate. The movie aesthetic, shockingly enough, actually works really well here. There's few areas that don't have a spike or sharp edge on them, and especially for a Spinosaurus, that's a great thing. Speaking of spines, the ones on his back are soft rubber so as not to be a deadly weapon. The tail is soft material as well, though it's still pretty firm, especially with his robot mode weapon stored inside it. At the other end is his head, which is a fierce looking sculpt, especially with the crazy eyes that stand out nice thanks to the bright blue. Speaking of, the coloring on Scorn works for me as well. I know some aren't happy about the bright colored Dinobots and want the classic grays and golds, but I really don't think the colors would do this toy justice. The red has a metallic sheen to it, which is really nicely broken up by the lines of burning orange on his back. It's a striking color scheme that works really well in favor of this toy's manic look. At 9.5 inches long, it's a really nice sized toy. It's mostly in tail length, yes, but with the recent price hike on deluxes, I'm happy for anything that makes the toy seem more worth it. Speaking of, it's a beast mode, so we check articulation. Hips are ball jointed, bit restricted though, and he's sporting digigrade legs, so 2 extra hinges there. The pelvis section doesn't tab in very well, at least on mine it doesn't, so that causes some issues with leg motion. The tail is rigid, sadly, but not a bad thing later on. The dino arms are ball jointed with some good range, and his head has a nice range as well, with neck rotation, up and down head, even side to side, which lets him be quite expressive, though too far side to side and you'll rip his throat open. I hate when that happens. The mouth opening is my favorite part though, nice and wide, and they molded some extra stretched skin at the back to make it look more natural. Granted, going beyond this point means it looks even less natural after, but it's a great thought. I'm not sure I could be happier with this beast mode. It's ferocious and well done in shape and color. What flaws it has, I can easily overlook based on everything else that was done right. Transforming Scorn involves fairly basic steps with a few tricks here and there. It's very Beast Wars Megatron, a tail arm and a head hand, though the head does transform quite a bit. There's some automorph once you twist the waist into place, moving the shoulders and head up into position. Almost. Still need to pull out the head. The instructions have the dino arms against his back, but I prefer looping them over the hips to fill out the gap. All in all, pretty efficient, fairly fun to do, well done. In robot mode, Scorn is surprisingly symmetrical for a toy wearing its rear end on its arm. Well, oh, and I guess he looks kinda badass too. Again, this is where the movie aesthetic works, giving his robot a lot of spikes and intertwined metal. He looks like something I'd be playing as in a tactical video game like Warhammer or something, with massive shoulder guards and a sturdy looking helmet. Speaking of, the head sculpt is unlike anything the movie line has ever attempted before. It actually looks normal. no face made of scrap metal. It's very medieval, reminiscent of a great helm. This is why I don't mind the lack of articulation in the tail. Here, the arm tail gives this knight a massive lance. A lance covered in blades, cause stabbing's not good enough. Also helping the knight theme is the extra armor on his hips, lined with teeth for some reason. Definitely not his head from Transformation. That ended up on his right arm, where the head has horrifyingly been pulled apart at the jaw. This all tabs in this way, but I'm not sure it quite works. They were trying to avoid the mouth as a hand thing, but it's kind of a creepy result in the end, especially with the eyes still staring at you. Then there's the shrapnel-built shins. They actually widen during transformation just to look beefier and add to his armored look. My favorite detail has to be how they handled the spines, split in two to form symmetrical back fins. This reminds me of samurai war flags, which goes against the medieval theme, but screw it, it looks cool. While his thin waist makes his proportions a little strange, definitely a solid look all the way around, in more ways than one. Then there's paint apps, which mostly carry over from Dino mode. The only real new detail is on his midsection, where more orange is highlighting his razor-sharp abs. If you were that cut, you'd be highlighting them too. The color mix does work very well. Nothing feels too heavy, everything is highlighted or broken up appropriately, making an extremely pleasing deco. For articulation, Scorn is loaded. The head is on a ball joint that you'll find restricted to left and right movement, unless you trim off the corners of the socket on the back of the head. The socket still holds on firmly, and now you get up and down motion as well. Easy mod for a better toy. Shoulders are universal, and despite their differences, both arms have bicep swivel and 90-degree elbow. The head hand can also bend inward if you want it to. Full waist rotation if you disengage his back kibble, though you will feel some resistance moving his torso to the left. Still works though. Full ball joints at the hips, thigh swivels, and then there's knees. See, he's actually designed to have digigrade legs like a lot of movie robots, but I hate the chicken leg look. Luckily, they do have enough range to straighten out, like I've shown most of this video. So while he has 4 knee joints, you do have the option of normal looking legs. If someone watching this video does have 4 knees, I'm not saying that's wrong, I just prefer 2. So a lot of good articulation in the toy. If he had some ankle tilting, it would have been everything I look for in a posable figure. But no toy is flawless after all. But in case you thought he didn't have enough blades, luckily they gave you an extra. Just remove from under his tail, ew, and place in his hand for an extra sword weapon. It completes the look nicely, really getting across a savage design that's all about heavy and brutal melee weapons. Also, I love the idea that Scorn was not satisfied with the number of blades on his body and decided to carry another one that has many other blades on it. As the first offering for the new Dinobots, Scorn sets the bar extremely high. The beast mode is appropriately ferocious, the robot mode is powerful with a strong theme to the design, and all around it's just a well-made, well-thought-out toy. The only knocks against it are the lack of ankle articulation and the notches on the head that are better off removed. Beyond that, I can't think of a reason to criticize him. I had every intention of skipping the new movie toys completely, and then they made Dinobots. So expect more metal reptiles in the future, preferably made of shrapnel.